So my video stuff was acting up because I don't have enough memory, but now I fixed it. So anyway, let's continue with this. I'm finalizing my sealing process. I'm making sure every single area is sealed. Like I said, it doesn't look so clean because you don't have that capability or tools to make all this to look super clean. So you're doing the best you can. You can clean up the teeth, take as much wax that you can off. You don't want to leave too much wax on it because that can become acrylic in your teeth. So I'm using some type of a scooper, but you can use anything sharp. You can go to Menards or Hobby Lobby. You can get some type of a waxing tools out of there, or you can order it online. They call it carving tools. You can get your carving tools from Amazon. Again, I keep repeating those places because that's the #1 market that everyone gets whatever they want. So I'm removing as much wax from the teeth, so that way you don't get acrylic on it. Also, it's good to use pantyhose. If you ladies have a pantyhose that you're not using anymore, rip it up, piece of it, and you can clean your teeth with it. It will look nice and shiny, all your wax up. We use that in the school. I'm just kind of like removing some wax from the inner proximal, so that way I can have the teeth well put on the matrix and the acrylic. I'll show you that part on the next video. So I'm gonna try to do some carving on the lingual side of the tooth, because also I'm gonna need it for the next step and clean the occlusal part of the tooth. So I'm doing this for getting that tooth to stay in retention in the next process. That's what this carving for. And cleaning and taking all the wax from the occlusal area. You don't want to have a wax on that area because that's gonna come out with the acrylic. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna grab my torch, kind of smoothing things out. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, don't do it. I don't want you to get yourself burned. Now is almost ready, so you can get a tissue paper and clean you the teeth with it. You can get tissue. I keep kind of passing this around the heat and kind of cleaning the wax off of it. So here it is. This is now ready for flasking. It's all smooth and it is ready for the next step that is called flasking. So I'm gonna be using this. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Or if you don't have a lower or you don't have an upper, but they always come in pairs, upper and lowers. You come with this. I'm gonna be using just one because I only have one set of dentures. So this comes like that. You're gonna order this. It comes in Amazon or eBay. And it's called denture flask. It comes upper and then comes lower. And this is gonna come in here. It's called flasking. So let's do that, and I'm gonna show you exactly how. So as you can see, you have to grease. You have to use this, using this type of grease. It's like a regular hair grease. You have to put some grease around the areas of this flask, so you don't have no problem on pulling everything apart. So that's what I'm doing. You can use any type of a grease, Vaseline, Vaseline everything out. So that's one of the steps that it is important. I'm using a regular toothbrush, and this is a hair grease stuff. So once you already grease everything up, so what I do, I already have my stone already mixed, everything mixed, and just gonna pour it a little bit of in there. So that way I can put this denture inside the flask, and with my fingers, oops, this is fell, cover things up. You try to make it as smooth as possible. If you take that and run it under water, I'm just doing it here. You can do it on a sink to kind of like wait until the stone sets up a little bit, and you kind of a smooth. You can smooth it out much better by running slightly water and do that motion like I'm doing right now. So I'm trying to kind of free all the edges. I don't want any stone around the edges. So this is how yours should look like, because the next step will be put this part together. But before that is you have to put a grease around this stone, so that way you have to be able to separate everything. You know, this is almost the main important step. The next step of flasking is to put a grease on that area and put everything together and fill this up with a stone. You're gonna be mixing more stone all the way to fill this flask up all the way to the top and be able to close it. This is gonna be the last step that you have, that you're gonna have all these pieces together full with the stone. As right now, we only have the first layer of a stone. I'm gonna put a grease on it and put the second part of the flask on it, fill it up with the stone, and then put the top on. And make sure that some stone comes from these little tiny holes. That's all. So I will show you guys in the next video the following step, but we have already the first step in there, and the second it will be grease and then fill them up completely. So this is it, the flasking procedure. You know, so we almost finalizing this denture. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have not subscribed to this channel, it's time to do it right now, so that way you can get my latest videos in a notification also.